What's up? It's the Gigabyte Grizzly Brohemian, and this is a messed up time we live in, so I need you all to do me a favor. Wear your mask. Like this, not like this, or like this, or like this, like this. Wear your mask. It's for your safety and mine. If I see you without one, I'm gonna pump kick a mask onto your face. Got it?
Parental discretion is advised.
This show is brought to you by IndyWrestling.us and IndyWrestling.network for your independent wrestling entertainment. Just pro wrestling news podcast. No filler, no pop-ups. Production services by Sidekick Media Services. And listeners like you, supporting us at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show. It is the Monday Mayhem Warriors. I'm Mike Sorg at Sorgatron on the Twitter here in the Sorgatron Media Studios in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And thank you for being with us here live, or maybe later. Live as we send you out this Labor Day or the next day on your podcast feed. This is a show where we talk about Monday Night Raw or whatever else around it, whatever else we kind of feel like. It used to be a therapy show because Raw wasn't that great and we were coping. And here's...
And now it seems like we're not the ones who need the therapy.
That's right. Here's my friend in couples counseling, Mad Mike, in Beacon, New York.
Hi, Sorg.
Hi.
Yeah. Raw's kind of turned a corner a little.
Raw was a lot of fun. We're going to try to talk about WWE tonight. I know there's a lot going on. I feel like we're having a better discussion if we have the people that we have some people penciled in to be joining us on Tuesday night, and I think the conversation will be much more interesting because let's be honest, as Mike and I agreed, I think we agreed before the show, right? You know how this conversation is going to go.
Yeah, you've all heard our conversation.
Plus,
full disclosure, I haven't had a chance to finish All Out yet. It's been a busy.
There you go. So there's not much reason. I think it's fair to get the full context of the show mixed with the context of what happened at the media scrum last night.
Right. Yeah. So, but I will say, I was going to watch it live last night. Mm-hmm. My pay-per-view provider did not cooperate.
Oh no! Like it was provided. It was said to be provided.
It was listed in my channel guide.
No.
Went to buy it. And there was no option to buy at all. So I don't know if that's something on my cable provider's end. I even tried resetting my box.
Wow. Box resets and everything.
And I'm not going to deal with Bleacher Report.
No. Well, you know what? I gotta say, Bleacher Report's been. The website looks like shit, but we had one buffer through the entire night. Now,
granted,
I'm still not
dealing with
so two things. I have in the past used Apple TV, and it has been fine. But I also just plug in. I have a MacBook with an HDMI to my TV and an Ethernet cord into the MacBook. It's fine. I know.
Yeah, I'm not doing.
I know that's too much for most. Like you have fucking cable, it should fucking work, right? And I don't know what your streaming box situation is, but the apps seem fine. But you get it on your phone, you can't even Chromecast it. Okay, that's.
I did watch the pre-show.
Okay. I need to go back and watch the rest of the pre-show. I watched the Ishii match.
Holy shit! You should watch the Ishii
and I watched the
Eddie
clips
match right before you podcast tomorrow.
And I watched the Ishii match, and I watched the clip of Sammy getting railed by a golf cart again, repeatedly.
Yeah.
So, anyways, let's bring it back around. WWE had a pretty big weekend, as if they were competing with somebody. I don't know. But they had a Clash at the Castle, of course, this weekend. They had Worlds Collide. Both of us need to finish Worlds Collide. I'm like halfway through the main event. By the way, side note on that, I'm converting back to NXT actually. Like this show did it. This is what I expected. And partly it is because of all the NXT UK people, so that gives me a little bit of familiarity and something that I've been wanting to follow again for a while. So there's that. But like this really did seal it. It was like, okay, they do have enough people there that are interesting, have some stuff going on. I want to see these matches. I finally, I think, sat down with a Carmelo Hayes match that just sold me. I haven't seen
it yet. It's Carmelo Hayes from Rick Rude. It's gonna be a good match.
Mike?
Yeah, I know. Sorg, I've been watching these Carmelo Hayes matches. Mike, I know it's gonna be amazing.
Mike, it is.
I'm very excited.
It is. They do some stuff in this thing that has not blown my mind to this degree since watching Prince Puma and like Pentagon, like in Lucha Underground.
It's almost like one of those guys was in the match or something.
Almost. They do some stuff that looks like it's. I think they reenacted a skydiving scene from Mission Impossible.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
When you see it, I think you'll know it.
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
As soon as that was announced, I'm like, that could steal the whole weekend from me.
Mm-hmm.
It could steal the whole, because currently, as it stands, right now, my match of the weekend is Gunther and Sheamus.
Oh, I don't know.
Closely followed by Eddie and Ishii.
And I don't expect, and part of me, I want to say, like, I don't expect you to change your answer after you watch it All Out. Partly knowing your feel on AEW, and also, I mean, you always lose the luster when you watch it in post, you know.
Of course, yeah. I'm going to try to account for that.
Yeah, so I don't.
And plus, knowing the results of the matches too, you know.
The results aside, like I think there's some really special matches on All Out. I think the competitor will be this Acclaimed and Keith.
Oh
and
yeah,
Sorg.
I fully expect that.
I fully
expect that.
Fantastic. The trios finale was fantastic. And what was the match? What was the first match that they had? Oh no, the casino match.
No, the less said about that, the better. I hope Ruby's doing okay.
No, I was talking about on the pay-per-view again. That's what I know.
That was on the pay-per-view. No,
that was 0 Hour.
That's weird because it wasn't on the 0 Hour I watched.
Wait, the Ruby thing?
Yeah. I tuned in at 7 and turned it off at 8. That was not on the show I watched.
So we're talking about the Ruby match in general, or
the Ruby, like, unless that was from Rampage or something.
So there was a shot of Ruby getting like dropped on her head. I thought that was from the 0 Hour match.
No, I'm pretty sure that's from the show.
No, it is not from the pay-per-view.
Then it was from Rampage.
Okay, then maybe it was. Then, well, I mean,
because I didn't get to see Rampage because my DVR counts the countdown to All Out as an episode of Rampage, and guess what? It's fucking not.
Oh, so mine counts both of them as an episode of Rampage and records them both. So when it rolls over, it kept the end.
Yeah, I only saved one episode of Rampage.
Oh.
Because I don't need
to fill it up. Yeah. Well, I'm very vigilant about my DVRing because I need to I share my DVR with my mother, like some people share their bank accounts, and I gotta make sure there's room for Heartland.
By the way, nothing wrong with sharing things with your mother.
No. Sometimes
I still use her HBO account to watch the House of the Blonde People.
The mix of things that TV wise, sharing with my mother and other things, like we bought property together. You know what I mean? I mean, just
and by the way, spoiler alert, I was also on a bank account with my mother.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
it wasn't my only one.
Welcome to the Wrestling Mayhem Show, where we have bank accounts.
We vaguely allude to stuff.
Anyways, this is exactly what I figured this would be.
No, we're not even getting into it.
No, we're not. But and we're having fun with it, and it's fun. And it's really listen. The scrum was really fucked up, dude. Okay, but I am loving Twitter today. Just loving Twitter today.
Twitter is on fire.
Absolute fire.
Between everything that happened at the scrum and everything surrounding Dominic.
Right.
Twitter is a
This is
blaze
it.
right
This
now.
is, and there's some shitty hot takes out there. Yes,
of course.
There's a lot of bitching about things I don't think we need to get into.
No. We'll probably get into them tomorrow.
But somebody got real wild last night,
Someone.
And
Couple
a few people got really wild last night, and maybe somebody got bit. I don't know. And maybe it's a work. I don't know.
I'll say this. It's weird when your stabilizing force is Chris Jericho.
Jericho coming. And Jericho, for whatever you're...
But you can tell that he knows he needs to be the stable guy on the scrum right now.
And this is why... Oh, we're getting into it. I'm sorry. Jericho is there because Jericho is somebody who's seen it all, been in so many companies, and is relatively, obviously compared to some people, a very level-headed individual that knows when to fucking do business. Right? Yep. Mm-hmm. Undeniable. That's why I consider him one of the greats professionally. But, but anyways... Enough of that. So Clash at the Castle happened, and did it not feel like this was the biggest NXT takeover ever?
Oh, it felt like the takeover they did in London.
Absolutely. And that was the first vibe. They were like, I remember seeing tweets saying, hey, this felt like it was booked by a guy that did takeovers. And it did. People were out there. They got to do matches. They got to just fucking go. Right? Mm-hmm. You let the people fucking go.
And save for one match, every finish, clean as a sheet.
Right. I was just thinking, I was just formulating that right now. I'm just thinking about it. I was like, literally, like everything was not this, oh, this ended this way, this weird, this had to run in, oh, here's the thing here. We had one big surprise finish.
Mm-hmm. Well,
when it mattered the most. When it mattered the most, right?
Yes, and when it would have the most impact.
Absolutely.
And honestly, because so the Solo Sikoa thing.
Yes.
The reports were out that he was coming up, that he was being moved up. Mm-hmm. The reports were out all throughout the week. And guess what? I completely forgot about it.
I never saw him.
Completely forgot about it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I know he's coming up. Like
It's like he's
because SmackDown was taped last week. And I'm like, oh, okay, I guess they're waiting. But no, it was perfect. It was pitch perfect because in 1 minute, one crowd made Solo Sikoa one of the hottest heels on stage.
Oh yeah, he's gonna get booed so hard on Friday. It's 10,000%. Incredible. He popped up, and you just saw the hoodie and the goatee, and I'm like, how the fuck did Anuso get here?
Yeah,
right.
They didn't drive.
They didn't drive. And then he pulls the hoodie off, and I'm like, "Oh fuck!" It's the because I'm not following, so I don't know the name.
As soon as I saw
it's the NXT one.
I'm like, "Oh my god, it's Solo Sikoa! They fucking did it!"
Yeah, no, that's great.
And the best thing is, like, if you watch SmackDown, Drew kind of takes out Jimmy, Jay, and Sammy. So there's even storyline reasons why none of those guys
are there. The whole thing. Roman's here by himself. Can he pull us out without the bloodline, without Paul Heyman, without the Usos and Sammy? And then it's like, but there's always another Uso. There's always another Uso, baby.
All right. I know we haven't had SmackDown yet. Can we call Solo Sikoa the Uso up the sleeve?
I hope so.
The Uso in the hole.
The Uso in the hole.
Oh
man, let me put that in.
God,
hold on, let me put that in the show title list.
Yes. But it was really real. Like, would I have loved to see Drew get the win? Of course. I'm a human being. But is this maybe a little better because Drew was so close? Because I'll be honest, Drew winning doesn't fix the current problem they have.
No.
Because the current problem they have is that there's one person holding both belts.
Right.
That's the current problem we have. Now, based on Raw tonight, there could be some interesting things happening with that. I don't know if you picked up on it.
Explain, because we are a quasi recap show.
And Kevin Owens Kevin Owens beat Theory tonight.
Yes.
And Kevin Owens said he never got a chance to be Mr. Money in the Bank. So maybe it's not Johnny taking the briefcase. maybe it's Kevin Owens.
Mm-hmm.
And if Kevin Owens gets that briefcase, you damn well know Kevin Owens is going to beat Roman Reigns.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I mean,
do you though? Do you?
Yes,
No.
yes.
No.
Absolutely.
Mm.
Sorg, they just replaced the honorary Oos
Mm-hmm.
with an actual Oos. They just replaced Sammy.
I theorize. They replaced Sammy. I theorize. I think I see the tea leaves of Sammy gets ousted from the bloodline, and Kevin picks him up, dusts him off, and goes for those tag belts.
I saw that last week,
Mm-hmm.
but this was before Kevin Owens, in theory, had interactions.
Maybe. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens there.
Yeah, I'm excited to see where it goes because something's going to happen.
Absolutely. So we do have Extreme Rules up next in Philadelphia in I believe it's October 8th, if I'm not mistaken.
It's
Saturday.
Unfortunately New York Comic-Con weekend.
And they're all Saturdays. I'm not going to see a WWE show live for months, probably until I go to WrestleMania at this point. To be quite honest, these Saturdays are fucking killing me. But there's also so much good wrestling, and that's okay. But I'm not going to be able to see the next AEW live either because I got a booking up at the Poconos. So that's going to be a next day watch. But I will gladly drop $50 and watch it the next day. That's how into it I am. Same thing with Impact Wrestling. I'm doing the same thing with those pay-per-views. Although I think it's a Friday for Bound for Glory, if I'm not mistaken. But I don't know. Anyways, so from Raw tonight, we had some more stuff going on. Did you catch? I didn't catch it, but I'm loving this consistent thing. And we talked about this before about storylines are going down in the background of all these, and I noticed that even I think on the Worlds Collide show too. And then I didn't notice something, and then like somebody tweeted, did Doudrop and Nikki just break up in the background of a shot tonight? Supposedly.
That wasn't at Worlds Collide. That was at that was after Raw last week.
No, it was after. Whoa! No, it was tonight in the background because they were on Worlds Collide last night.
Yeah, and they were on Raw tonight too.
Yes. So, but they're saying in the background they think something happened.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Dexter Lumis. Wonderful reveal. Wonderful. Sliding out from under the cage as he's climbing out.
And here's the fucked up thing. Miz could have dropped and attacked Dexter Lumis and won the match.
But the entire point is that he's so scared he's not thinking rationally, right?
Yeah, of course.
The whole point is he is so deathly afraid of whatever Dexter did to him that he yeah. So, I think that was great. We did get Braun Strowman back this evening, and he destroyed the entire tag division. Clearing the way for him and Nicholas to make a comeback.
I did say Braun looks like Gallows ate Anderson.
He looked sad. Did you notice that? He walked out just looking sad.
I mean, that's kind of his face, though.
I guess so. Nikki,
well, he might also be sad because he's not controlling his narrative anymore.
No. Triple H is controlling his narrative now. Somebody had a picture. I think they had a picture of like EC3 in like an empty room with the light on, like he's the last one left.
Like, how come they don't want me, man?
Yeah. So he did put a statement out this evening, apparently, about the future of CYN. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know how great
I thought they
doing.
invaded the NWA. I thought everything
I think
was
they did.
fine.
They did invade the NWA, but I just every time I see a control your narrative thing, I'm just like, it's just a bunch of dudes in hoodies. I don't like. It's not interesting. It's like
it's worse than Retribution.
Yeah, it's poor man's reckoning. Reckoning Retributions. Thank you. What was I watching? That we even last night, during the casino. Ladder match when everybody came in the black get-ups. I'm like, oh no, Retribution got signed by AEW. So,
and maybe this is me. I'd rather Stokely Hathaway have the title shot.
That's what I thought too. I'm like,
maybe it's me. I'd rather have him.
I mean, we all, in the long run, want Stokely Hathaway to have the title shot. So,
I mean, Xavier Woods put 2 belts on him in Battle of the Brands. Hashtag 2 belts Bivens. Hashtag never forget.
Yes. Only, what? Anyways. I So, what else from tonight, Mike? So Braun, after we took like 3 segments to do this title match, or this number 1 contender match for the tag team titles, Braun comes out and just destroys everybody because.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, he needs a match to make an impact and to remind people who he is.
Yeah.
Okay, but I mean, in the segment's defense, those guys were busting their ass for a 2-segment match.
Absolutely.
He came in and steamrolled them all.
Absolutely.
And plus, now you can have someone want to get revenge on Braun. You know, you can move forward from there if you want. But something tells me Braun might be driving that train to the island of relevancy.
What?
Braun's going to SmackDown to confront Roman.
Ah, I see. Okay.
You know.
All right.
I'm trying. It's late, Sorg.
It is late, and there's a lot of terminology and a lot of islands and a lot of my head's spinning from the last 24 hours of wrestlingness. But anyways, yeah. So the Braun thing is interesting. We kind of knew it was coming, so all the pieces are getting put back together there. So
it's still not boss time.
It's still not boss time. No.
But Sorg, next week, Dakota and Io get their rematch.
Mm-hmm.
It could be boss time.
Did you have a chance to watch the Triple H interview on BT Sport?
I was the one that posted it in the group.
Okay, that would be a resounding yes.
Very good.
Yes. Because I think there was a lot of it sounds like that that discussion is happening. And there was a discussion.
I think it's already done. I think it's already done. It's just a matter of
there's a plan in place, right?
Yeah.
Also, you can't just. I mean, they're having comebacks like every week or other week at this point, right?
Oh, and speaking of Clash of the Castle, not only Solo Sikoa, we got Imperium back, baby.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm very excited for Imperium, and I would love. I don't know if we're ever gonna get it. I'd love to see an Imperium versus Bloodline match.
Mm-hmm.
Sign me the heck up for that. Like hell, make that Survivor Series.
That could very well be Survivor Series.
Just give me Imperium versus Bloodline. Give me Team Bad versus Damage Control. That's what I want.
Yeah. Who would you have the Brawling Brutes take on?
Ooh. The Brawling Brutes. Who would I have them going?
I mean, the initial would be, if they were at full strength, I would say New Day.
Of course, yeah.
I can't think of any faction-y thing that we could do with that.
Oh, Judgment Day.
Ooh.
Yeah, why not?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
we
like
have time from Survivor Series. We can get around to it.
Instead of like teams of 5, just give me a bunch of banger 6-man tag matches.
Trios is pretty hot. There was 3 very good trios matches last night on AEW. So I mean, it's a thing. So and not to mention how many multi-tag matches happen over in New Japan, right? So like this is like the best time for trios, to be quite honest. So no, it's very interesting. What else from tonight? We didn't get any. We got the women's title or women's tag match tonight, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
We got Bianca confronting Damage Control.
Mm-hmm. Which someone clued them into the fact that Marvel may own the license for Damage Control.
It won't be a problem when Disney buys them. Anyways.
Well, no, Sorg, you didn't notice that Clash of the Castle, all their graphics said Damage Control spelled out properly.
Yes. Oh no, I caught it.
And I was like, I'm pretty sure someone else owns that trademark. So tonight they're Damage CTRL, which is
I don't think they do anything. Like my understanding of WWE is they do not put any name on screen unless they run it by legal. Which means they missed it?
Sorg, submission sorority.
What's that?
Submission sorority.
Submission sorority. Did that get? Was that a legal problem or was that?
That was a lot problem.
Do I need to turn off save surf and search and
Oh, you sure do.
Oh, okay. What on?
Basically, it's the looter version of the Dominic and Rhea stuff.
What was it? Submission sorority? I don't remember this.
Sorority.
Submission.
That was the name of Paige, Charlotte, and Becky before they just settled on Team PCB.
Legal might be a bit busy right now. Was it submission
That's a fair
sorority?
point.
Submission sorority, not WWE, is in the. Okay. Let's see what happens when I just click this button.
Oh
Put it
boy,
up
we're
on
gonna
screen.
get taken off of Facebook.
Well, no, actually, it's all. It honestly looks mostly about the wrestling situation. Do you guys remember the submission sorority? Yeah, I mean, I think they kind of overtook things. Let me do the not WWE one. Patreon. No, that doesn't really. Whoops. Submission,
There it is.
Submission sorority porn series. Thanks WWE for the free publicity. From Uproxx in 2015.
Absolutely.
Oh boy. I'm sure this is safe for work. TMZ also mentioned the company sent WWE Chairman and CEO Vince McMahon a thank you basket. We hope it arrives before Submission Sorority is hastily renamed the Submission Sisters. There's probably no porn about submissive sisters, right? Bang Bros was who publicly their web traffic shot up 56% overnight, and they saw a 35%. I'm saying this to Dutters. She loves these porn stories.
Ironically, one of them might have already been on there.
What?
Paige.
Oh, yeah.
Paige here.
That was like the thing for her movie, right?
No, that was, I forget what that was, but
Well, the thing where she popped up. No, it was she was introduced in the
for the movie.
She was the trailer for her fighting with my family.
Oh, all right, it might have been, yeah.
Junior is asleep and already knows about submission sorority. In the chat. Fuck.
Oh boy, we've been doing this a long time. When Junior already knows about submission sorority.
All right, I can't find.
Sorg, I have to talk about one very key missed moment on commentary from the weekend.
Oh,
Clash at the Castle.
Oh.
So during the main event, Drew Roman having a bang, having an amazing match, really, really fucking good. Especially if the rumors are true that Drew is injured, like really injured with his back. They had a phenomenal match. But Austin Theory runs out to try and cash in. Tyson Fury knocks him out. Michael Cole, Corey Graves, Byron Saxton, all have been around long enough. One of them should have gone, Tyson and Austin.
Damn it.
One of them should have been around long enough to do that. I'm like, as soon as it happened, I'm like, Tyson and Austin, someone say it. It would have been perfect.
Yep.
Would have been absolutely perfect.
Somebody's gonna do that.
It's like Wish.com's Tyson and Austin.
God, I feel like Botchamania had a really good weekend.
And that's just from the scrum.
I know. Between that, there's a lot. I think there's always stuff on AEW. Clash. I mean, this singing at the end.
Says there were more bangers this week than on a porn set, and I don't know if that's true.
Somebody will do the research. Well,
I think it depends on which set.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, boy. WWE. No, I loved the Clash though. I really loved it.
I thought it was a great show.
Like I said,
I thought top to bottom, great show.
Great wrestling, great show. Like you said, not and then followed up with Worlds Collide.
Did you see the post-Clash press conference?
I feel like I watched some of it.
It was really good.
Okay.
Seth Rollins in particular was really good.
Oh, there was the one where somebody called out about how he dressed and asked whoever was sitting beside him if he would dress like Seth, and Seth was like, "You think I'm not taking this seriously?" And like really kind of got into it. I was like,
Honestly, it's very good.
I saw some of those clips. I love it. But did Roman like just walk in, say acknowledge me,
and left?
And like one guy said, "I acknowledge you."
Yeah. See, that's the way to do a press conference.
Yes.
In character.
Yes.
That's how you do it in character.
Absolutely.
And that's how you're also short with the press, but it's in gimmick.
WWE's very, very good about that. And also, like, that's so, like, Roman shouldn't do anything but that. Like, he really shouldn't.
Because honestly, if the press wants to speak to him, guess what? He is a wise man for that.
Exactly. And I think that's the difference. Maybe if there was a Paul Heyman, they would have done something a little deeper on that, right? No, I think it was good. I just love. I have a special place in my heart for just hearing Triple H talk about the business right now.
I'm telling that hour-long interview on BT Sport.
Yeah.
That, like, honestly, I know everyone has busy times in their days and everything. If you can load it up on like a car ride or something,
yes,
it's a real good interview. Ariel Helwani, I'd never listened to his stuff before.
No,
he's really good. And right after that, like, I liked it so much. The next queued up video on YouTube was an interview he did around Survivor Series with Paul Heyman. That one's really good too.
Nice.
That one's very, very good.
No, I'm really happy with I feel like he exudes a really good vibe that, you know, you don't feel like he's a business person. He's a wrestling person, right? Mm-hmm. He knows how to do business. He's very and to put that next to what we saw at the other scrum with the leader of another company, like it's you have to say something about the professionalism that does happen when it comes to, like, you know, Triple H, Paul being on the microphone representing the company like that. Like, he is exceptionally good at it, right?
Yeah.
Also, he's been doing it, and he has been basically ghosting the best in the business. You know, whatever you think of him, you know, that you've watched him. He's obviously been under that learning tree with Vince for the last
like when he says 20. He's a student of the game, he is a student of the game.
Absolutely.
Every aspect of it.
But to do that and put his own, say, you know, well, I think it needs to be done this way, and there's really good insight in that interview about, you know, Vince said, don't do what I do, you know, like, kind of thing. Like, that conversation is happening. I mean, that's honestly, I'm taking this into another realm, but when Steve Jobs left and left it in Tim Cook's hands, it was like a do not ask what I would do, like, do your thing with this company, right? You know, so and you see that because with Apple, Tim Apple, yes, Tim Cook, thank you, damn it, Tim Cook is a very he's a supply chain guy. That's why your iPhones show up, you know, that's why that does so well with them, right? So now, you know, he comes from that angle of things, and not thus the I want pretty things for you to hold in your hand and push the world forward kind of thing, like Steve was. So Triple H is the I like wrestling and how it works this way guy that moves on, and Vince was the you know, we wouldn't be here without Vince in so many ways, right? Yeah. You can't discount that no matter what. But he was the one with the grandiose vision and the scruples to get there, right? For better and for worse. So, you know, that's objectively how that is. So
yeah, and a completely different aspect from that interview. He goes pretty in depth about his physical health issues.
Yes.
I never knew it was that severe.
I heard about the being close and that percentage dropping. I heard a version of that story. This was more extensive about a lot of the leading into it and the surgeries and the other things he was kind of dealing with around it. But no, I knew it was like that. This just happened. And when they looked back, like that, it was like, oh hey, like your, how many people in your family just dropped at 50, and now we know why, because of something like this. Like that's crazy, right?
And it was crazy how like close we came to potentially losing Triple H. Like, it's absolutely nuts. Like that is. It took me back, like
No,
but it's a really good list.
It is. It definitely is. Definitely go check that out. That's what's the name of the guy again?
Ariel Hawani.
Yeah, it's like Chat with Hawani or something.
Yeah.
It's
also posted on our Facebook.
Yes.
I posted it in the Facebook.
It should
group.
be on BT Sports YouTube if you like. Just look up Triple H interview, and it's going to be one of the most recent ones. It's about an hour 10 minutes, so very very good. So
honestly, if you're choosing between listening that and the post media scrum from AEW, I'd listen to the Triple H.
I would listen to the Triple H one. Listen, the clips are out there on Twitter. I don't think you need to really go back into the scrum. We have some interesting comments happening in the chat.
The discussion's happening in the chat room.
Yeah. Well, and this is a good point, because I talk about how Triple H is Triple H is also a person. His career was being on the microphone in front of television, right, live in front of an audience. So Tina's pointing out, and this is very good. It's a shame on how Khan is being steamrolled. He helps run a football team who have a similar type of egos. Have to keep in mind where his background is in analytics and statistics, so not much interaction with players. So running AEW has been an eye-opener in wearing many hats compared to staying in one lane in a sense. Absolutely. I know they've recently taken, but there's no preparation for what happened.
But it's also a little bit different, like running a football team and running a wrestling promotion.
Right.
Like the top level business aspects may be very similar to it.
Right.
But the managing
absolutely
you're very different.
You're managing.
If you're on a football team, you all have one goal.
Yeah.
You all have one goal: to win the Super Bowl. And that is the one goal of everyone. There are micro goals like I want to be first string or I want to be second string, but that's handled by coaches.
Right.
And that's handled by players themselves and their play.
Right.
But wrestling, completely different. You can take two top tier talents. They both have very separate goals.
You have a sports team, and then you just decided to go do theater. It's a different muscle.
Yeah.
So I do not say that to discount what Tony Khan. It's late. That's not to discount anything that Tony Khan has accomplished with the AEW. Obviously,
no, of course.
It is a tremendous thing that's happened.
He's only been doing this for 4 years.
And when a player decides to go off on the microphone at a media scrum thing,
that player's reprimanded.
Well, the player's reprimanded, but he's also not sitting beside the owner of the company or of the team, right? Yeah. When that happens, versus this situation. This is
unless you're Antonio Brown, then
okay. I'm not even up on that.
It's a sports ball thing.
Fun
Antonio Brown is the AEW media scrum of the NFL.
Listen, I live in Pittsburgh. I've heard of Antonio Brown and some of his deals.
Yeah, I know. So. But like what he did last season was like he stripped down and just started dancing in the end zone.
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
And that was the end of him.
Yep. Yeah.
No, it was like he was let go from the team after. Like,
no, but to be, you're sitting there and this just starts, and even like Mike, I didn't even see the beginning of it. Like, I think they just didn't cue in. I don't think I even heard the question.
I don't think they cued. Like, it jumped from moment.
It was like I think whoever was on the video stream, took a moment, like I heard a little bit of audio and then it came in and I'm like, the hell? I was just like, I was flipping through. I wasn't even going to do the media thing, and I was on YouTube, just gonna throw something on for a minute and go play some video games. And I was like, yeah, let's see what's going on. I said, I literally dropped into the scrum in fuck you, and fuck you if you're putting this out, and except if you're not, I apologize, but fuck you anyways. Like, that's where I started. And I'm like, wait a minute.
That's where the scrum started.
Wait a minute. And I rolled it back, and I ended up like back through, like, I watched the rest of it on a 3-minute delay because I wanted to see where the hell this all started, right? And of course scrubbing on the Apple TV was a little weird, so that I kind of attributed partly to that, but still it was just like, it was fucking wild, you know. And poor Tony got hijacked on the situation for sure. And also, like, I mean, somebody asked the question, they're going to ask the question, right? It's the media scrum. You've really exposed yourselves to the wolves there. And they're going to ask these kinds of questions. And apparently there's been discussions, because I was watching Ross, friends of the show, Ross Berman, Nick Hausman, and a few others talking about, there was some comment about, you know, hey, I don't know if this is something AEW had asked, or if that they were talking about amongst each other about to keep pressing with serious questions. And this is, you know, and then, you know, hey, we got what we were looking for. And they did. They really fucking did with this. And then I think it was just a mix of that. That was the question. They happened to pick that guy. Punk literally walked in there from the ring, still covered in blood, still on the adrenaline of being in front of 10,000 people, you know, and executing that match, which was a fucking killer match, by the way. You know, and then to walk into that buzzsaw of a question, you know. No, I don't think
maybe this is something for tomorrow, but do you think the question was fair? Because I
didn't hear the question. The problem is I didn't hear the question.
Okay.
I honestly do not know what the question was that led into it. All I know is we just found out Colt's real name, which I didn't know. And, you know, and after saying him so many times, you kind of figured it out. But it was just so. I'm sorry, we can't not talk about this, I guess, because it's just been running space in my head for the last 24 hours. It obviously was running space in his head. So I take exception to the fact the bank account comment was interesting, but you know, he's wherever he is. I reminded somebody that was talking about that. Actually, Emily, was talking about the bank account situation, and I was like, listen, like, rich people don't live in the same world, and that's weird to them. You know what I mean? I'm not not justifying. I'm just saying, you know, that's like. Punk,
and also,
Punk lives in a different world than the rest of us, and what he thinks is weird is just our everyday, right? I mean, that's most fucking people with money at that point. You become detached, you know. That's why I don't like fucking politicians in general.
Like, how much does a carton of milk cost?
Yeah, exactly.
20 cents.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. But then. Like, and then I mean, we do take umbrage with his apparently wanting to fight the Pittsburgh Penguins at some point. Did you catch that? I mean,
I think there was a journalist there wearing Penn's gear.
I think he absolutely was, and apparently he was dead center in front of Punk.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I mean, you know, that's just petty.
He just started calling them all. I mean, I get it. I don't know if the Blackhawks having a bad time. I don't know. But
all right, and just like bringing up the fact that Colt Cabana hasn't really been on TV since CM Punk joined the company.
Yeah,
I think asking about their relationship, however the question was phrased, I think asking about their professional work relationship and like attributing it to the fact that Colt has not been on TV when he was on TV prior.
He was, and also I want to.
He was a part of the Dark Order.
I also want to clarify that he was on the Ring of Honor, I believe, pay-per-view pre-show. He was over in Germany at the doing the matches for GamerCon. So he's still involved in the company. I think he's been involved in a few other projects as well. Just nothing on television. That doesn't mean you're not around, right? Leva Bates.
I know, but
can you tell me what the fuck? Like to the side of, can you tell me what the fuck Leva Bates does? And she's at every show. I don't know. I think she just does the backstage work. I think I think she was the one putting the belt.
She's a signed talent. She's a
signed talent.
She does wrestle. She wrestles.
No.
Yes, she does.
Mike, tell me the last time she wrestled in AEW. I watch every fucking Dark. Tell me.
I've seen her advertise that she's been on Dark Elevation.
Like a year ago, maybe. But no, she's not. Like
August 5th, 2022.
No.
Athena, Hikaru Shida, and Ruby Soho beat Emi Sakura, Leva Bates, and Serena Deeb.
But she's not. Like, tell me the time before that, because
May,
yeah, exactly. She'll pop up every couple of months, but she's always backstage because you always see her on BTE with everybody.
Okay.
I think she was the one putting the belts up at the media scrum because I saw some blue air bop into the frame real quick.
Well, they also have like a timekeeper, I think, who has blue air.
Well, she has a rotating hair color situation. It might have been her. I don't know. But anyways, but I'm saying like just because Colt's not on your television doesn't mean Colt's not involved. I don't think that is I don't think that's a thing that you have to worry about, and that's not even like at the events. Like he might be.
But I think it's a fair question.
It is a fair question,
especially being that they're in Chicago.
Yes, and plus also bringing it back around, this of course led to the accusations against the EVPs, and the accusations that they were spreading these ideas in these comments. Again, I'm going to say accusations because I don't know. I hadn't read anything that connected them or whatever. But I also didn't know about the Hangman comment about not taking advice. That is kind of fucking stupid. But it's. I am shocked. Listen, Punk's an asshole. We all know this, right? Like we've known this, right? Like Punk is an asshole.
I mean, we said it last week. CM Punk is a great wrestler. Phil Brooks is
yes, I'm here to see CM Punk. I don't give a fuck about Phil, right?
Yep.
I'm here to see Chris Jericho. I don't give a fuck about Chris Irvine, right? That kind of idea. So I don't know where I would go from this. I'm tired. I feel like we'll have more conversation about it tomorrow.
But for someone to get up there
in front of their boss, by the way,
in front of their boss and in front of everyone on live TV, and to say that he is tired of working with children, and then to throw a temper tantrum.
Then go the fuck home again. That's what I have.
Yeah.
Go home. Go home, Phil. If you have a problem here. If you don't like the money, wait. Let me roll this back a second. Actually, this will illustrate both of our points. I think you're going towards, Mike. Marcus Mann had the tweet of the day of the 24 hours, so I want to give him credit for that and pull it up appropriately. I may paraphrase if I don't bring it up right away because this is a very slow iPad. But anyways, it was to start you off. It was something about you weren't happy wrestling for $20. You weren't happy wrestling for $200, $2,000, and you're still not happy wrestling for $2 million. And this is the third company where the company was a problem. Maybe you're the problem. I hope I paraphrased that accurately.
Yeah, no, you're right. I remember reading that.
Yes. So that. I think that really, here he goes. If you weren't happy wrestling for 20, you weren't happy wrestling for 200, you weren't happy wrestling for I really did just paraphrase this. If you're on your third company saying the company is the problem, then maybe you're the problem. So yeah, and I think that's it. I mean, that is,
and
like,
that's not to say that some of the concerns probably aren't valid.
No, but I mean,
it's one, like I was talking to Ronnie last night, and I said, now, I don't want to be one of those guys that advocates for a wrestler's court. Because we've all heard the terrible things that happen in wrestler's court.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it was a way for people to get out their issues behind the scenes where it doesn't bleed into the product.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's got to be some kind of middle ground between wrestlers' court where people are forced to do humiliating and disparaging things for The Undertaker and sitting next to your boss on a post-media scrum ranting and raving for 25 minutes.
Yes.
And cursing up and storming in front of a 12-year-old child.
Yes, then the kid asks questions and he's like, oh, there's a kid here.
And technically, Izzy's there too. She's also a child.
Yes, but
So there are two children.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
but
The other thought in my head was,
there's got to be a happy medium.
What does this have to do with the edict from a couple weeks ago from Discovery and Warner Media that they wanted them to tone down the language on the show? Also, this is not on the show. This is not on their channel. But still, I do wonder if that turns into something. I put something out there earlier today. And then we have some follow-up from the chat room that's fact-checking us a little bit. But I want to put this out here. I did a Twitter poll earlier today. Ran it for a while. Did anything from Sunday night's Media Scrum make you support AEW any less? I have the 11% I'm out, 33% still down, 56% more interested, and that's what I thought. If anything else, if you were already following AEW, you are intrigued, especially considering about the supposed backstage brawl in pure what actually happened.
Okay.
What actually happened? Montreal style theory making of biting in steel chairs and somebody lost a limb. I don't know at this point because it keeps escalating the more I hear about it. Mike, go ahead, and then I want to get to the follow-up in the chat room.
All right, so you put out those options, and I didn't vote the poll.
Okay.
Because I'm none of those.
Okay, all right.
Like it doesn't completely
you weren't even in the door to begin with. We've established this. No.
I don't like the narrative that I'm not a fan of AEW. I'm a fan of a lot of AEW. I'm a fan of a lot of the
sorry,
talent.
am I controlling your narrative?
Yes, you are actually. Like, and Chachi tried to do this too. I'm like, no, I watch AEW. I watch what I want to watch of AEW.
Sure.
Do I want to watch 2 hours of squash matches? No, I fucking don't. That's why I don't watch the internet shows. But there are people in AEW that I like a great deal. Am I happy Claudio is the ROH champion? Yes. Am I going to watch every fucking match he has? Absolutely. Do I love the Blackpool Combat Club? Of course I do. Do I love Eddie Kingston? Yes. Am I a fan of the Bucks and Kenny? No, not particularly.
Mm-hmm.
I respect what they do. I respect their athleticism. I respect their storytelling. It's not for me. It never has been. I've watched them in Ring of Honor. I've watched them in New Japan. It never has been for me. It's not going to be for me.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. I don't have to enjoy everything on a show. Lord knows I've been watching Raw for 30-some-odd years and haven't enjoyed everything on every episode of Raw. But I will watch for the stuff that I do like. I will request to see more of the things I like. Like, I still want to see a second women's match on Dynamite because they have a really good women's roster. And I want to see more of it. I wish it was showcased better.
Mm-hmm.
And even in this post-media scrum, where was Jade talking about her successful title defense? Where was that?
I think there was some realignment given what was going on, to be honest. So I would not take much.
No, but
she's usually there. She's usually there.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's always an excuse.
I think
I'm tired of the excuse.
I think at this time there's a very good excuse. So
Tony stayed out there.
Tony stayed out there, but I feel
couldn't have been that good of an excuse.
This felt cut short. So and who knows what was involved in one in the back. So, everything is completely suspect at this point as far as what we're hearing.
And apparently, this is a side note. Tina says that Lee was one of the main runners of AEW.
Yes.
Which makes sense because Brandy is no longer.
And also, Colt is a producer as well, and she has. So we'll get to that. Here's some more comments. Also, Podner, Punk Monthly still pissed about the 92 Pens wins over the Blackhawks. All right.
He probably is.
He probably is, yes. And obviously he was already keyed up, so that was another thing to be pissed at. The highlight was Finlay breaking Sanjay's pencil. Oops, spoiler. I'm sorry about that.
It's fine.
And also, this is the part.
Shocker. I didn't need to read the results of All Out to know who won every match.
Okay, sure.
No, but I'm just saying, like, that's not a spoiler. Like,
okay, sure.
Yeah,
that's fine. This is the brand. I did like this brand, and this was a positive for me. How Punk was apparently wearing Danhausen's wrestling boots, and there's been discussion about what percentage champion is Danhausen.
Oh, is that why he was cursing?
Well, yeah, that's exactly. Maybe that's what happened. Oh, it comes back around.
Why he was cursing.
Oh,
see, Punk made a joke that saying they carried a reverse curse. I'm like, no, that's why Punk was cursing.
That's why he went off the fucking thing and buried the whole fucking company.
Except Adam Cole.
Except Adam Cole, which
Cole,
means there's another look at that. They're like, we need to investigate this Adam Cole situation. There's two things. We need to.
It told me one thing. Adam Cole is probably one of the nicest human beings.
And from everybody, I did not have direct dealings with him. I think ever so briefly I may have. But everybody that did work with him here in the Pittsburgh area, nothing but good things. Like he is a freaking charm. He is just as. I'm gonna say it, just as likable as Johnny Gargano.
Sorg, all you have to do is watch the man play Uno for a year straight to know he's just a giant dork that happens to be really good at being a wrestling bad guy.
Yeah, somebody's soul at that point with that much Uno.
Like when he's genuinely upset that he makes a bonehead play that costs someone a hand of digital Uno. You know that he's a genuine soul.
Yes. That was the other thing. It was like, we also need to investigate John Cena in this instance, because he's the only one Punk has not had a bad thing to say about.
Well, that's because John Cena's professional.
As fuck. So.
Yep, pretty much.
Maybe
every conversation I've ever heard about John Cena.
Yeah,
is that he's almost too professional.
Yes. Well, I think that got him in trouble with the China apology too. So maybe overly professional.
It sure did. Sure did.
He is a company man, regardless of the company and apparently the country.
Well, the company is John Cena.
That's right. John Cena
that's the company.
Inc. is so.
John Cena is very, very cognizant of how John Cena is doing.
I'm waiting for him to start his own production company like The Rock has. So.
I think he's more likely to start his own record label.
Really? You think? You think he's still? I mean, I don't
Absolute
know.
Trademark Productions.
I have not heard. I can't remember. He did a track for a movie like 10 years ago, right? Like, was the last thing he did. Like, maybe he's still like. I can't imagine he has time to just fuck around in the studio anymore.
Yeah, but he could start his own record label.
That's true, I guess. Yeah, that makes sense. That could be like a little pipe dream he has there. Just like, I don't know, does The Rock randomly have like wine or something right now? So
The Rock has everything.
I know.
The Rock has tequila. He has an energy drink line. Like, listen to Tyler Breeze just like spouting all of The Rock's different ventures.
I went to a wrestling school and saw a bunch of The Rock's energy drink in the cooler, so completely on brand. Anyways.
The Rock has. Now I'm just going to listen. He's got the Rock Clock app.
What? Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
It's a motivational alarm clock.
Oh
app.
No.
He has Athleticon. He has the XFL. Let's see. He has Terramana Tequila. He's got Zoa Energy Drink. He's got Under Armour, obviously, and Seven Bucks Production.
Wait, what do you mean he has Under Armour? Did he buy into it?
Yeah, he has his own line called Project Rock.
Now wait, where's the Rock alarm clock? Oh, okay, so he's got a connection in there. Where's the
Rock partnered with the company in 2006.
Tell me about the Rock clock. I'm finding inspirational alarm clocks, but I don't see him attached.
I don't know if it's active anymore, but
it might be just something you did before. Okay. Everybody's had an app at this point. Even we had an app at one point. So I like how Punk. Yeah, okay, no, we already said that part. Okay. We need to wrap it up. We have a special guest that could be coming in tomorrow. We're looking to confirm it tomorrow afternoon. I didn't even get to talk about AEW. I want to give a shout out. I really enjoyed the show. Thank you, Patrick, for bringing me in to help out. I was helping out with the live stream situation because they were streaming over on, where are we on? High Spots. Sorry, the High Spots last week. I think I'm on Fight Friday with Circle 6. And then I don't even know what we're streaming to on like Saturday at this point. So welcome to wrestling production, I guess. But no, that was great. It was great to go up there. Shout out to AJ Alexander, by the way, who was the freaking MVP of the trip when we went to Chicago for like basically a 8 up, 8 back. It was fucking crazy. But really enjoyed it. If you have a chance, it should be up there. High Spots Network has a 14-day free trial. If nothing else, Mike, you might want to peek up at this. I got to witness, as part of that show, an Impact Championship match between Josh Alexander defending against Masha Slamovich.
That sounds lovely.
Do I have your interest now?
Slightly. I haven't seen a lot of Masha. Actually.
This will sell you on her. This is very, very good.
Oh,
very
I'm already sold on her. I just haven't seen a lot.
Okay.
Just honestly, based on the name alone, you have me. If your name is a pun, I'm already 75%.
I recommend that you go to Impact Wrestling's YouTube page and look up some clips from her, because they've been doing a fun thing where she gives the kill notice to people. like hands. I think I forget what. I think it's like their picture with the like crossed off or something like that.
Oh, so like Death Note.
Yeah, it's a Death Note, right? Okay. Exactly. It's great. And that was one of the coolest matches I saw her. She's been in a bunch of stuff. I mean, she got signed after a big match at the women's pay-per-view, I think. Right?
With Jordynne Grace.
Yeah, with Jordynne Grace, and she's bound for glory. She's got Jordynne Grace for the championship.
Yeah.
So. Definitely one to watch, and fantastic stuff there. So, thank you, Mad Mike, for 883 on the tweet.
One final thing. Yeah. Are you caught up on She-Hulk?
I am caught up on She-Hulk.
Sorg, I don't want to speak for you, but I believe I can. We here at the Wrestling Mayhem show support She-Hulk twerking.
Yeah, I don't understand why it's so. Why is people so angry about this?
I don't know.
Like
I don't know. I felt the need to be.
People so angry about wrestling, about twerking. I'm like, God, fucking go touch grass, or read a book, as Emily Fear says.
Hey, you know what? Books are made of trees, so technically, you're closer to touching grass if you read a book.
This has been the Monday Mayhem Warriors. Thank you, everybody, who joined us in the chat room. Thank you out there, Jacko, and on YouTube, I think that is, and everybody else in the Facebook chat room hanging out with us. We will be back again 9 p.m. Eastern Time Tuesday night with hopefully a guest of some sort, and hopefully a couple other people, because I think we've already heard all of our thoughts on this media scrum situation. Probably there will be new news. Who knows? Who bit who? I'm just so. I don't even know. Guys, thank you so much. We'll see you next time. Stay tuned for Up All Night with Gilbert Godfrey and that other lady.
Rhonda Shear.
Thank you. Let me have out. This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.